Alright. Chapter 12. Yep, looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Kamila, not the minister's daughter. Oh, the devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective. Don't kill the minister again, Lynne. Please. Yeah, I told Lynne what I had found out about the kidnapping, that it wasn't the justice minister's daughter who had been abducted. That the kidnappers had been holed up in Kamila's old house, and that they sensed my presence, and were already gone. Kamila? Why do they have Kamila? Her father isn't the stupid old justice minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. Looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. Poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much! It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. Then there are those other twists too. Like the kidnappers winding up and using Kamila's old house as their hideout. There's no it could be just coincidence. And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. Told you before, detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister. It wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Ah! How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please! If you don't believe what we say, see for yourself. Just call home. And I tried calling 100 times. My wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life has to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. And I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed! What difference does it make that it's not my daughter? Yeah, I mean, he's right. Ooh-hee! That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Miss me, baby? Inspector Cabanela? I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Lynne, please, don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanela, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I have any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Ha ha ha! Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know 2 things to be true and 2 things only. 1, he was given the death penalty. And 2, he tried to escape. Oh my god, the Bob Dylan is really seeping in further and further more. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? Fuck. God damn it. That's the case. Why did you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reason? So were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend? Everybody has certain principle they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. Yeah, Zap Dylan. That's enough, Lynne. But, Detective Jowd! I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But! Alright, first of all, yeah. My poor Emily, is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Kamila. Why is the dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute. Emily? Could that be the Emily next door? Yes, I think so. Wow, I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door. No, not me. My wife. It's, complicated. Yeah, I bet it will be pretty hard to admit she left him. The minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grew apart, what with him being so busy? Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head! Wait, hold on, can I? Ah, okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, according to what I heard, Emily was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. Those horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Emily didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever. Huh? So the kidnappers grabbed Kamila by mistake instead? Apparently, Emily and Kamila are about the same age. The kidnappers must have gotten the 2 of them mixed up. It's my fault. If I'd asked Kamila to do that errand for me, this never would have happened. Alright, you ask her to bring the music box. Kamila. And can I go further? Oh, hey, we can talk to Jowd too. So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution tonight. I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die, and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple! Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Kamila! What? Kamila? I checked it out for myself. I'm positive. No! It can't be! And by the way, Kamila told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Kamila herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him! I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Kamila won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person paying this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true what Kamila said? Why don't you tell us what you know? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife, Alma's birthday. We came home from work and she went in first. I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there beside Alma and Kamila, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Kamila told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move. Okay, an impossible move. Kamila was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, that was an antique gun I had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't! It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Yep. Just like this. Somebody made a change to the contraption design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Kamila. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. Alright, adjustment. What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. Yep, there was no gun at the scene of the house. Yep, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption. But one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What? You mean... And the detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, eh? I got a different weapon murder ready to give to the police. My own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Alright, the power of the dead. It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alamo. There's no other explanation. That's what I convinced everyone of. Even me. But tonight, you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about these powers. Yep, somebody here, can you hear me? The kidnappers who abducted Kamila knew about those powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. Looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd, there's still time before dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? Yep. Detective Jowd, is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time! Still time? Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago! You didn't do it, Detective Jowd, and of course, little Kamila didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it! For Kamila's sake! That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective Jowd. Lynne, where's that music box now? In Temsek Park. Kamila left it there. That gun is important evidence. You better go pick it up. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Cecile, take care of Detective Jowd. And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say easy enough for you to say. What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Ruin Mate. A little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby. Then I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Kamila in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend, in more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Shall the execution be carried out tonight, as planned? Or shall we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands! Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me! And especially not that low! In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Hi, rejects. Now Inspector Cabanela has become Inspector Bob Dylan. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Hey, it's me, your escape tonight was Fuck me. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row Inmate? Alright, looks like that's about all that there is. Yeah, I'm glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now. But I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynne does come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it will be meaningless if Jowd or Kamila dies. Got to do something about that kidnapping somehow. Oh, maybe I shall ask for some advice from the capable detective. Okay. Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter's the one who was kidnapped. But she's in the one, I'm sure of it! Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever gonna answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right. But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yes? I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change this situation. Gee, detective. For these past 5 years, Kamila is the only thing that kept me going. I can go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but will you mind saving me? I'll try. I keep getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution. Is his wife and daughter, but is there a way? Alright. What about you? Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I can't hear you! La 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 la! Sure you've heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you. But there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Oh yeah? Who's that? Me! Can't explain your existence. It's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination, a delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me though. Good! Alright, so yeah, my phone can go both ways. Yep, hanging around here won't change anything. Got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. If I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes, I guess the telephone lines are my only hope. So, alright, the lady in red apartment. Just as I thought. This little girl is safe in her bed. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. At Fox at 7:30, right after The Simpsons. Yeah, the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight has related back to me in some way, and I bet this mistaken-ridden abduction does too. Alright, clear chapter 12. Yeah, Cabanela, tall and lovely.